What is up, people of YouTube? I'm your host Vernon. This is Lake Mead. Let's fish that. Alright guys, so you clicked on the little thumbnail, so you know kind of where I am. I am next to the marina here at Lake Mead, but I am on the opposite side of the marina that I'm used to being, and I quickly want to explain to you guys why that is. Okay, so we humans tend to be superstitious as well as forming certain habits. Once you get a fishing spot and you actually catch a fish in that spot, you're more than likely to go back to that spot because you had some success there. Likewise, if you were using a specific lure, you're going to favor that lure. And some simple things, like for instance, if you were wearing blue underwear the day you caught your PB, you are more likely to wear blue underwear when going out fishing. Right, so that is why I'm out here today in a different spot. I want to try and break the mold. I don't want to go to the same places over and over, and I kind of want to teach and show you guys to do the same. Try and be adventurous. Don't always go to the same spot. Try some different spots, see if you can find some different fish. Perhaps you'll find a new place that you love more than the one you thought you did love. Right, so for that reason, I am south of the marina. Normally I would go to the north side, closer to the Hemingway fishing pier, but this time I'm on the south side. It is quite a walk to get here through some rugged terrain, but it is actually worth it to get out here. I've seen some bass swim around, I've seen some carp jumping, so I know there's fish in the area. Hopefully we can catch some of them. Now the first thing I need to mention about this particular spot we're fishing, we have the little retention wall or the protection of the harbor. You have to be on the outside of those walls, otherwise it's seen as you're fishing inside the marina. You're not allowed to do that. You have to be on the outside of those walls. That is why it's quite a walk to get here. So to get to the outside of this wall, the walk you have to take is roughly the same size as the actual marina itself, but just to the side. Okay, so only allowed to use 2 rods out here today. So I have my first rod set up down here for the carp setup. We have some corn on there on the top hook, and on the bottom hook I have some night crawlers, trying to see if I can get any carp or any catfish or anything else that will go for the little night crawlers that's out there. And on my second rod I'm going to be casting around, trying to see if I can find any bass or any stripers. So let's get to fishing. Alright guys, just had a hit on my little corn setup, but I think it might be on the night crawler, some bluegill or something. So quickly gonna rebait, get it out there. I actually forgot to turn on the little alarm, so I actually had pretty good, decent take on there, but not hearing the alarm, I didn't know if something was happening. Alright, so this is the little DIY feeder that we made. It looks pretty much similar to the store-bought ones. However, we made this ourselves. We bought some thick wire, just turned it around into a spiral with a little lead weight inside and some beads to stop it from going over your little swivels, with the 2 hooks on there. At the moment, to try and get feeders online, there's a very long waiting period to get some. But if you are skilled enough and you can work with wire, it's quite easy to make these little feeders yourself, and it's a lot cheaper than actually buying some of the more expensive ones online. If you exactly want to see what it is that I'm putting on this little feeder and how I'm using it, down in the description part of the video I will put a link to my carp setup. You can always go have a look there to see what it is that I'm using and where to find it. Okay guys, so 1 rod out there for the carp. The second rod, I'm using my light setup. Because the water is super clear, I can see quite far into the water, so I want to be using some light line. Hopefully that won't scare away some of the fish, and they will go for my little paddle tail swim bait thing that I got on here. I'm going to throw that around to see if there's any bass or stripers around. We'll swap over to some different lures as well, but I'm going to start off with this one. First time for me throwing this little swim bait thing, so I'm going to start off with just a normal straight retrieve, then I'll try to impart some action on it. Ah, popped off. And yet again, that one completely broke. The line snapped off completely, meaning that was rather a big fish, taking quite a lot of line out there. This is 22-pound test line, and it just snapped. So let's tie in a new feeder, try again. There we are, guys. Got ourselves a fish on. Got my drag rather loose because these fish haven't made a dash out to the big part of the lake yet, so they're not as tired. So I want my drag to be a bit loose, but not loose enough so they can run around bushes and stuff. You have to find the right balance to give the fish some freedom, but not too much freedom. Fish is swimming towards me. Swimming towards some bushes. Want to try and guide him. Fish is not tired yet, still making some good runs. And there we are, guys. First fish for today caught. Quickly gonna put him on the net, unhook him, and then get a measurement of him. So again, we have a nice big 10-pound carp. Quickly going to get him back into the water. And off he goes. Still seeing a lot of action of fish jumping around the same area where I caught that one, meaning it's working, it's making a feeding zone. So I'm going to rebait, get my stuff back out there. Alright guys, we got another fish on. Feels like a good one. Still taking out line. Fish is at the surface, but still a long ways out there. Not yet gonna tighten my drag because this fish is still probably gonna make a run for it at some stage. Nice big head on this one. Not as fat as they can be. Still a pretty decent size one. There we are guys, nice big fish. Just look at the size of that fish. Quickly gonna get weight on him. Alright, so that's a so that is a 7.5 kilogram carp. That's 16, almost 17 pounds. Let's get this beautiful fish back into the water. Alright guys, as I'm going to prepare to leave this fish, this is actually my new PB, my new personal best carp caught here from Lake Mead. Let's release him. Just doing a little revive on the fish. Make sure he's ready to swim off on his own. And there he goes. Nice big carp heading back down to Lake Mead. Not going to get a measurement on this one, but it's probably the same as the first one. Nice decent little fish. Let's get him back into the water. Alright guys, nice small little carp. Quickly gonna get this guy back into the water. Alright guys, see how my little topper went down, and there we go. Another fish on. You can see this one hit my bait and bring it closer to us. And the moment he swam off with it, he set off the alarm. Again, this bait was in there for less than 10 minutes. So we have a nice feeding frenzy happening around. And this actually looks to be a catfish and not a carp. It's actually a bass, a smallmouth bass. Be my first smallmouth caught on corn, and it's quite a nice sized fish as well. And there we are guys, smallmouth bass landed on some corn. Alright guys, I'm going to get a measurement on this little smallmouth. I do believe this will also be another PB for me today. I'm going to get a measurement on him. Smallmouth, also sometimes called brown bass because of the colorations on them. Okay, so it's a 2.6 pound, 1.21 kilograms. Alright, so new personal best smallmouth bass. This one caught on corn. Totally unexpected. Let's get this guy back into the water. So just making sure he's all right. And in the right direction. And there he goes. Thanks little Smallie for biting on corn. New personal best there. I may have had the same type of luck anywhere else at Lake Mead. Maybe it's because we're close to the marina, there are more fish around here. because people feed the fish where they shouldn't. So maybe it has something to do with that, or maybe it's just because it's a new spot, less fished, not as many fishermen out here, so maybe these fish aren't as pressured as in other places, so maybe that's why it's easier to catch them. Whatever the reason may be, the point is it's always a good idea to explore new places and try something new. Being different in fishing is actually a good thing. It's not bad being different. Being different actually helps you catch fish. Alright guys, so thank you for following me on this exciting day of fishing out here. I've been out here now for 3 hours, so caught all these fish in only 3 hours, so it was quite a productive day out here. So thank you for following me and watching. Please do give me a little thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Please remember to leave any comments down below and also answer the competition questions down below in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, join my community. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.